Ladies and gentlemen, now in today's video I wanted to have a bit of a chat about Green Barn. Now this character is currently available in the discount section of the Platinum coin shop for 5 coins, so a lot of people are considering, whether or not they still want to go for him. And I would say that Green Barn, for most players, is probably a character that you do want to pass up. He was really good for the first like 2 to 3 weeks, but I feel like, especially in PvP, he's really fallen off. When it comes to, Platinum coins, man, especially for minimal spenders or free-to-play players, they're really hard to come by. And by the looks of the kind of discount rotation at the moment, like last week we had King, the week before that we had Deanne, so I think next week we're likely to get Merlin, and then the week after that I think it's probably going to be Gotha, then Demon Meliodas. Now outside of King and Deanne, because everybody can get those characters for free just by doing the story, if I were to kind of rank the other characters in priority order, it would be Gotha is the #1 to go for. He's just crazy broken, then Merlin, then probably Demon Meliodas, but he's not really a must-have, but I really like him for Crimson Demon, man. He makes the extreme very easy to farm. But Green Barn just doesn't have any like specific like amazing niche use. He's like pretty good for farming. PvP really fallen off over time. I think the introduction of Gotha is kind of really what killed Green Barn in the meta, but also Galland, and there are so many counters to him now. So the way that Green Barn works, if you're not already familiar, and we are going to showcase a couple of PvP matches in today's video as well, so you can decide for yourself. But again, if you are like the biggest fan of Barn, he's your friggin' guy, you love this character, there's no harm in going for him. If you want to play with him, have fun with him, like, he's still alright, but let's talk about his abilities and why he has some pretty big flaws. So the main thing with Green Barn is his snatch card. So this extorts 30% attack and defense from all enemies for 2 turns. So this is like insane while it's active, because it increases his attack by a boatload, but also his defense as well, so it makes him really tanky. However, the problem with extort is it's not only a debuff on the enemies, but it's also a buff on him. So if there is a buff cancel, or if he gets petrified, for example, then it removes all of the extort debuffs off the opposing team. So this means there are just so many counters to it. You've got like, what is it, Helbram's ultimate, like Escanor's like friggin' buff disable. You've got King's Purify, Blue Lizhawk's Purify, and also a very popular team at the moment, especially in geared PvP, is like Arthur ult rush teams, mono red teams. So you get Arthur's gold buff, and then you can't apply like any debuffs to that team. And if you can't apply the extort, and if extort's not active, this character's damage is really underwhelming. So there are just like a million ways to counter Barn at the moment. Also, you got like Galland's Coerce. If he can't apply debuffs, you can't get the extort, and then he can't deal really any damage. So he has a lot of flaws, especially when it comes to PvP scenarios. And just counters just keep on getting added into the game for a Green Barn. So yeah, he's not really had the best time in PvP. So yeah, the plan is to extort the opponent and then basically spam as many drains as you possibly can. And drain with extort hits very hard. So if you line it up, you get a right turn, man, you can have some still pretty nice damage on Green Barn. He's not completely unplayable, but again, you got to keep in mind all the ways that this character can be controlled and also countered. And also his ultimate inflicts a decent amount of damage. It's not a crazy amount, but if you're extorting all the attack from like 3 enemies, then this is like greatly amplified there and can hit very hard. But also the ultimate does have a 50% attack and defense extort for 2 turns as well, which is very nice. And then we have his unique ability, which decreases all enemies health related stats by 10% at the start of the next turn if the hero doesn't take damage. So you occasionally see this pop up, especially in PvP, but it's like a nice little bonus. It's nothing like too crazy, but it's not completely useless either. So I thought one of the best ways to showcase how Green Barn is at the moment, and maybe like I'm a little bit too kid for this and he might look a little bit too crazy, but we're gonna go into a bit of challenger PvP, man. This is one of the very popular farming teams a while back, where you've got Green Barn, you got Hauser, you got King, and also Arthur or Merlin on the sub. But Arthur's really good on the sub because Green Barney has the human tag, so it kind of increases his health-related stats by even more. So yeah, it makes him a little bit more crazy. But this team is, you know, it's still all right, but like if you run into certain matchups, you won't be able to get through them. However, I think we can get through this fight. But again, we do have a massive CC advantage here. But just to show you how this character does work and function. So we're going to go for the extort there, then for the drain, and then we're going to go for a Hauser cleave. So there should be some pretty substantial damage first turn here. And like, if he crits, he hits King like really, really hard. So in C-Man, again, I do have like some big whale gear and CC here. So we're doing him a lot of justice at the moment. But if this was a mono red matchup or a really strong King Brim control matchup, then he could like upgrade King and either heal up or maybe CC the Barn, maybe double CC on Barn and Hauser, kind of remove all the burst damage that we have. But yeah, I think but you can see here we don't have the extort, but we do have the passive that has just gone up. So we've got an okay play here. I think we just go for this into this. This team like runs out of steam pretty quickly, just because you have that like amazing first turn. But I think we follow up on King there and probably get the KO on King. So yeah, this one like is a fun whale farming team, man. Like I did play this team for quite a while, and then I switched to the mono red farming team, and now I'm playing, what is it, the Escanor, Hauser, King, and Arthur on the sub team. That was just crazy OP for farming. But this one, again, it still has its matchups and scenarios where it can win and can do really, really well. And Bond's an absolute MVP sometimes at just having some crazy comeback scenarios. Also keeping in mind that friggin' like Merlin and Gotha are getting probably added to the discount soon. Just means that if you are a budget player, you really want Merlin and you really want Gotha. Both of those characters are just crazy good, man. Like, they have so much value, not only in their own kits, but what they just bring to all sorts of various teams and setups. But let's get that Merlin down. So yeah, not too bad there. Hauser did a good amount of work, but paired together, they're very fun for like an AoE cleave team, and maybe in like future certain metas where we're seeing like maybe a lot of blue and there's not really like a great way to continually remove the extorts. Then maybe Green Barn is going to have some relevance in the future. Don't know why I'm using crit chance food here. Actually, that's a little bit of a a little bit random, man, but I guess it kind of works for Green Barn, you know. We got some great crits on the old King last match, but I should be using friggin' what was it, PvP coin food at the moment. But I think this is my last piece of crit chance food. So yeah, I didn't even realize I had that loaded up. I was trying to record a bit of a silly video this morning, trying to get like a massive crit on was it Red SR Lizhawk? But we got a King Brim team here, high CC as well, man. Okay, not quite. Yeah, I think this is going to be quite an easy cleave for this team. But it's also good for like you know, if you do run into bots in PvP, it's just a very quick team for farming them down. So the cleave can be fun, man. I can appreciate the cleave. But Barn does have my like best attack set on at the moment, man. Didn't see like the 13,000 attack toward the beginning. But even in scenarios like this, certain control teams can make a comeback. But I think this is again most likely a bot, so I don't think that's going to happen, I would assume. So yeah, I think we just go for like another cleave round. Should we go for an extort here? The extort, you know, it also reduces defense, so it amplifies Hauser's damage a little bit further, which is always a nice little bonus. But if the extorts stick to the opponent, then it's a very, very good time. But the thing is, like with Gotha being very popular in the meta at the moment, like most opposing teams, they do have a way to like cleanse off debuffs. Because if they don't, then Gotha just attack seals, and yeah, it's just like not too much you can do against that. Let's go for 2 of these bad boys straight into a Petrify here. And then let's see if we can find an actual player after this. It's sometimes a little bit harder in geared to find a player. I think actually we'll go to a bit of ungeared just for a bit of fun. I think if we have like a King, maybe Arthur on the front lines. Do I want Arthur on the front lines? Yeah, we'll maybe try like King, Arthur, and Barn. Again, I'm just kind of like making up a bit of a random team here, but maybe it's going to work out quite well. Alright, so we're going to take this man out for a little bit of a run in normal PvP. And bro, I put this team together, man. We got like friggin' 110k CC. It's a bit much, boys. It is a little bit much. But let's see what we can do today. I haven't played Green Barn and Ungeared in ages, man. So hopefully it works out alright. Like, I think there's going to be a lot less Arthur Gold Rush teams, but they still do exist, even in friggin' Ungeared PvP. So we got the classic Escanor Gotha Rush Escanor's ult team here. So I think we just go for the standard Extort, Drain, and then we're going to smash into King here, I think. Kind of got smash into King, man. I don't think we have... do we have a great solution for dealing with Escanor's ult after this? Not really, apart from take it to the face. But we extort some of the first turn burst though, so that is a thing. But as soon as he gets to like full ult gauge though, man, he's going to be immune to extort. So that's another reason why it's a little bit left out. But here, he's going for a CC, double CC play maybe? Okay, not bad, not bad. Okay, he's got a cheeky little merger there, so I think we go for this onto King, and then I think we just merge this way so we can get both of those merged there. Interesting first turn play though. I don't think there's anything you can do against Escanor's ult. So I think we win at this point. I don't know, man. It's it's probably a bit too early to be calling that, I would assume. Also, I feel like, you know, especially in a lot of ungeared scenarios, it mostly is about single target burst in all sorts of situations. So I think here we just go for Escanor's ult there, and then I think we have to do like double Escanor cards in order to get that King down, man. But Green Barn's passive there, reducing health by 10%. So I think this is going to make the clean one shot on King possible. Oh, dude, that's sick, man. That's really, really nice. So again, that passive from Green Barn, it does come into play. Especially if, like, nobody's doing any damage to him, it's just going to keep on stacking up to 5 times. So unless they make a bit of an effort, but most teams, they have some sort of ability that, like, every other turn is probably going to cleave that barn. Like, Gotha's attack disable, man, is definitely one that's going to remove that, that grey debuff off opponents. But again, it's not a useless one. So it's alright to have in the right scenario, and it really does come in handy, occasionally. But yeah, my CC allowing me to go first, I think was a big contributor to winning that matchup there. Just got whale blubber all over the place, boys. But let's have a bit of a look at our second opponent and who we're going to be facing. I would imagine a lot of that Escanor team, a lot of the Kingbrim team as well. Those two are very popular, especially in ungeared. I think like last night I was streaming a little bit of ungeared and we just fighting like Kingbrim teams like back to back. I don't know if this is the same. I think this is somebody different actually. They're definitely a player using ult rush food. So yeah, here I think we just go for. It would be best to use all the King cards. So all the King cards or the Escanor cards, but we'll go for this anyway, man. If we did like triple burst, we could get that King down first turn. But I guess sometimes you don't want that. I'm interested to see what he goes for this turn, actually. He might just continue to rush Escanor's ult. Looks like he's going for... Has he got double CC, man? He's going for the heal. Fair play. And CC on Barn there. Okay, interesting. So we kind of got to go all in for this this friggin' king, man. I hope that we kill him. Yeah, I think that's really the only thing we can do. Let's see how it turns out, though. Oh, oh man, this is... Okay, just about, man. Just about. Wow, okay. It's a bit too close for comfort. I think Merlin definitely drops down here, which then drains Escanor's ult. Unless my opponent didn't draw into drain. Okay, I'm pretty sure my opponent has drain, actually, looking at this. It's a good chance. Went for a Merlin card. It's either going to be drain or a cube. I would imagine it's most likely a drain, though. Yeah, I thought we might see one of those coming up. Okay. Oh, dude, that is a clutch merger. Can we one-shot the Escanor, though? That's the question. About to find out. So we only extort Merlin and Gotha. But then we go in for a bit of follow-up there. My, what was it? My Barn is... He's 2 out of 6. Come on, mate. This has got to be enough. Please. No, it was nowhere near enough. Oh, man. Escanor, the annoying thing is, if Escanor didn't have that freaking debuff immunity, bro, that would have one-shot him. But, again, there are just so many increasing things in the PvP meta that just take Barn down little pegs. However, he has... Oh, no, Escanor's still alive. Oh. What a beast, mate. What a beast. Okay, he's not alive. Changed quite quickly there. Hindsight, I should have maybe gone for a bit of a safer one-shot, but that's certainly no fun, is it? Okay, I think here... I think we just buff up and then go for the double nuke. Come on, Green Barn. Let's get that comeback, son. That Escanor's definitely going down. Nice little chunk off Merlin and Gotha. Oh, no, he goes straight into Gotha's ult. That is a bad time. That's a really bad time. I know that very often, like, Merlin 1v1s. Oh, no, he doesn't go into us straight into ult. Okay, good. Okay, right. So I think we go for... God, there's no incredible play here, is there? I think we go for... this, and then I'm going to buff up... Arthur, I think. And then I'm just going to use this to top up. I would have buffed up King, but I thought the Merlin and Ghosts ult, there's a really good chance that King, even with buffs, is going to be dead. So I'd rather have Arthur buffed up to be a bit more tanky moving forward. But after these ults are out of the picture, oh no, okay, man, yeah, that was great. Maybe with the extort. King's still hanging in there, bro. That was a little bit mad. Right. The annoying thing is if we go for a petrify on anybody, then yeah, it just removes the extort. But I think we still go for it anyway. I'm going to move this over here, and then let's petrify Merlin, and then next turn we can use King's ult, win the game. I don't think there's anything you can do. It's got like double finger guns from Gotha. That's really about the only play on the table. But yeah, the value in that extort, man, we really mitigated a crazy amount of damage. So now we can go for extort. Let's buff up King, and let's fire off King's ult. So yeah, Green Barn, he's not too bad against this Escanor team, actually. He's okay. Again, one of the big things to a lot of the teams that rely on using Escanor is having that CC advantage and going first. But that was a cool matchup. I think like Barn, he definitely did his part in like certain situations there. I forgot like how just fun this character is to play as well, man. He is a good time. But again, bro, Plat coin shop, competitive, man. There's a lot of stuff going on. You want that Gotha, you want that Merlin. Definitely if you don't have those two already. And Demon Meliodas. Oh, he makes Crimson Demon farming a treat, lads. Very, very enjoyable. But I think this is one of the most enjoyable. There are so many friggin' bards in this game, man. But this is definitely one of the more enjoyable versions to play. Okay, matchmaking has been cancelled. Hopefully we can find somebody next up, man. That'd be a really good time. Got our final battle for promotion to Champion 1 here. So fingers crossed we can have a pretty good... I'm kind of curious to see like a Kingbrim matchup. But we'll see who we're up against. Hopefully not like an Arthur Gold Rush team. But again, you only usually see the Arthur Gold Rush teams when it does come to geared. But this is a very high CC Escanor Gotha King team here. So I think for this one, let's go for this. And then we're going to nuke into King here. Oh, okay, that was a nice little turn, man. Certainly not too bad. Okay, it looks like he's rushing Ghost's ult by the look of it. Not a bad play. And upgrading everybody, so that is annoying. I think we can get King down with the cards at our disposal, in all fairness. There's no real point rushing anybody in particular's ult. So I think we just go for this, and then I'm going to merge on King here. Okay, I'm glad I went for that like safety play just in order to get King down there. Okay, so what would I go for it if I was him? He's got the buff cancel, so probably buff cancel Green Barn, go to Zolt, follow up on maybe Green Barn to get him down. Okay, I get the play he's gone for. Yeah, I probably still would have gone for the buff cancel on Green Barn, just because Extort is a big factor. Probably could have got Barn KO'd there if he switched up the play a little bit. But hey, it's good for us. We'll take that. So let's go for the heal. Let's get an Extort up. And then let's smash into... Or do we just go for Drain? I think we just smash into Escanor, actually, just so we get the golden merger. We can fire off that golden merger, maybe get through a cube next turn if he throws one of those up with Merlin. But let's see what he decides to go for. Even if he does have... yeah, maybe like triple Escanor cards is like the worst case scenario. Oh, did he buff cancel the Extort and then double slap King? Fair play, man. Smart play. Smart play. That was definitely a good way to get around that. I think we actually just go for friggin... How much does he have left? I think we just go for this. Not that it really matters too much, but let's go for this. And then let's fire off Drain as well. Should be enough, man, with the gold and also the Drain. Should clean up that Escanor very nicely. Right, perfect. Gives us Escanor's ult. But Merlin probably drains that. But I do feel fairly confident at this point we've probably won, but these two, they can be a little bit troublesome, man. They can be a little bit troublesome. Right. I think we just go... Actually, let's use that. That should work out quite nice. Oh, perfect. Yeah, then just Gotha's alive. So, well played, my friend. Well played. He did decently toward the end. I think if he had done a slightly different play toward the middle, he might have been able to get the barn down. He buff cancelled, and then he used Gotha's ult, and then a follow-up on Green Barn. Might have been enough damage. But, yeah, overall, man, really, really nice matchup there. But as you can see, like, Green Barn, he's not a terrible character in the right scenario. Again, more in, like, when you get to, like, the top-tier players in Challenger PvP, there are an awful lot of people, running like Kingbrim teams and also like mono red teams at Arthur Gold Rush, so that is really kind of the area where Green Barn starts to fall off, like near the top. But again, he's still somewhat viable and a fun character to play, so if you really like Green Barn, like now is, you know, one of the cheapest times to pick him up if you do fancy it. But again, keep in mind that like Merlin, Gotha might be right around the corner in the next couple of weeks, and if you don't have those characters, they are literally game changing. So you probably only want to like buy Barn in the coin shop. If you're a bit of a dolphin, you know, you've spent a fair bit of money on this game, you've got a nice little stack of Plat coins saved up. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on Green Barn, and hopefully you did enjoy today's video. If you did, please do smash that like button, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for watching, take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.